Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Rev.Hagen's Horrific Cinematic Dissection. As always, I'm your host, Rev.Hagen, and as always, I'd like to welcome all our listeners at SCRMradio.com. That's Scream. Radio.com for all your horror and paranormal needs. Once again, I want to apologize for my voice. It has to do with an autoimmune gig. I realize I sound like a 65-year-old blues singer. Again, wrote a song about it. I like to hear it. Here it goes. I know how I sound. I apologize for it. Today we're going to be looking at the 2019's The Headhunter. I saw this on Shudder, a fantastic horror movie streaming service. I don't get paid by them. Don't worry. They don't sponsor the show in any way. I wish they would, but they don't. But if you've got Amazon Prime already, which means that you've got, the Amazon service for streaming movies, for $5.99 more a month, you get Shudder. It's got some great old horror flicks in it, as well as some modern day classics and some really fantastic original programming, some great series, as well as some pretty creepy and well done and just good horror movies that they're producing now. Keep your eye on Shudder, as if they haven't been a thing for a few years, but I really enjoy these guys. And that's where I saw The Headhunter. This movie was directed by Jordan Downey and written by Kevin Stewart, Jordan Downey. Excuse me. And starring Alicia Ricketts, Corey Kaufman, and Christopher Wright. Now, you might know Christopher Wright from Medieval or The Last Kingdom. He's also, this is a fascinating fact that I found out, directly related to the first king of Norway, Harald Fairhair Halfdanson. I actually got that one right. Who ruled between 872 to 930. As a Norwegian, I think that's pretty damn cool. So, and this guy looks the part. He actually could have been a Hagen. He does look a bit like a Hagen, if I'm being honest. But it's basically the story of this one guy who gets called to kill different monsters throughout the land. He'll hear a horn off in the distance, travels off, goes, kills whatever the king has decreed that he should kill, comes back with a head, puts it on his pike. It sounds like a pretty straightforward movie. I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to give any spoilers away at the end of this movie, but 99% of this movie is fantastic, and it's not that disappointing, I didn't think. But it's really well done. Most of the movie is just this guy. It's just Christopher Wright, either fixing his arm or taking an elixir so he can heal. He's kind of a hermit, a warrior hermit, for lack of a better term. I'm not going to give away some of the different things in the plot that I found very poignant and very, very well done. The cinematography, again, I know I harp on that a lot, but it's really well done in this movie. Christopher Wright's acting is fantastic. There's not a whole lot of dialogue in this movie, I'll warn you now. But it's filmed beautifully. His character is amazing. And it's shot, they don't need a whole lot of special effects in this movie, but the ones they use are for the most part, are down-to-earth special effects. They're not a whole bunch of CGI. They're old-school special effects, which I really appreciated. You could tell they didn't have a ton of money for this movie, but they made it work. So, once again, I got no choice. My hands are tied. Got to give this movie 2 desiccated, decomposing thumbs way up. Up where, you say? Well, frankly, that's none of your business. what a man does in his own room is up to himself. It's between him and his maker. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard that, but it is Memorial Day, even though it's the wee hours of the morning now. And they keep lighting fireworks off, and it scares the crap out of my dog. I have a 6-pound Chihuahua named Lily, and she is my rock. You might have seen her in some of my other videos. You may not have. I don't know. But that's it. I've rambled along too long now. That's it for rev.hagen's Horrific Cinematic Dissection. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'd like to thank our listeners at SCRMradio.com. That's Scream. Radio.com for all your horror and paranormal needs. My brothers and sisters, during this madness, during this pandemic, please, I hope you stay safe and healthy. Know that Reverend Hagen loves you. And as always, my brothers and sisters, you keep those heads up. Have a fantastic night.